Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're going to be taking a look at the recent Smash Bros. Ultimate version 11.0.0 update, the fighter adjustments, kind of go over, give some thoughts on things, and yeah, let's just get to it. One thing you will notice in these adjustments, there's a lot of things like this. Link, for example, it says Other. Match the vulnerability with other fighters when falling in place. I'm not going to go over every fighter that has this. It basically means that it's got probably something to do with the fact that when you fall to the ground, all the they're trying to match up the vulnerability with every other character. Maybe they had more frames of lag, maybe they had less, so they're all the same now. I think that's what they're trying to do with these, but let's get on to it. Captain Falcon up special, reduce the vulnerability after hitting an opponent. What this means is when you up B, raptor boost, when you grab them and you fly off them, it's reducing the amount of time you have to act out afterwards. So what I haven't tested any of these, I should probably say, but what I assume this means is you can now up B somebody and then potentially do another move to follow that up, or do some kind of thing to follow that up, which is good because you've never really been able to. You kind of just grab them and they fly away, so that's kind of cool. Jigglypuff and Zelda have the vulnerability things. Alright, Pichu. I have looked at these notes before. Pichu probably is awesome that they've done this finally. Basically, on Pichu's side smash, his forward air, his forward throw, his side special, his up special, he's now taking less damage when to decrease the amount of damage taken when using this move. So he's doing less damage to himself. I don't know if this is what it used to be like when he first came out, or whether this is just somewhere in between what it currently was and what it is now. But this is really good because the thing is, when they went back and changed these and you took a lot more damage, it made Pichu so much harder to use. And I know that at the time people were like, "Oh, he's broken." He's just a very good character. But I'm glad to see this because I like playing Pichu, but it is definitely difficult. You take a lot of damage from all these moves, so the fact they're reducing that, maybe it's just like 1% or something, like that's awesome, really cool. And his neutral air attack, they made the ears invincible during the attack's high damage window. Neutral air does a spin, I believe. It's a really useful move. They're just making it so that it's high damage at the end, or just when you trigger it. Basically, making his ears invincible means that you're not going to get caught by anything when he's doing the move. It's a good move already, and they've just made it better. So this is great. To me, this is great because I play Pichu, and the fact that they're making him take less damage and he's just got a better neutral air, awesome, great. Ganondorf up special, exactly the same as Captain Falcon's, has the ability to grab somebody and potentially act out of it. Now, again, I'll have to test some of these things out, but that's awesome if he does, especially for Ganondorf. That's much needed. Anything like that is awesome. We got Zero Suit Samus got a couple of nerfs, I believe. So neutral air is increase the vulnerability when landing after using this move. So that means once you've used the move and you hit the ground, I believe you lag for a few more frames before you can act out again. So just makes neutral air a little bit worse. And then Zero Suit Samus is up special, decrease the attack speed. So that's how fast the move comes out. So up special is a bit slower now, basically, is what that is saying. Up special for Zero Suit Samus is a very fast move, thinking about it. Never quite comes out of the angle I expect it. It's always more up than it is slightly to the side, but Wario got a couple of nerfs as well. Up tilt, decreased the amount of time hit detection lasts. That means when you do up tilt, it just reduces the amount of frames those moves are active for. So when you got to do the hands up above his head, you just have to time it a bit. It's going to have slightly different timing on it, basically. And then down special, which is the fart move. So decrease the attack speed for the third level charge, decrease the attack speed for the max charge. So they're decreasing the amount of time it takes before the move comes out. So added frames to it, I assume, so that the move doesn't come out quite as quick, which means basically what they seem to be doing here is making it a bit harder to do the setup for the Wario waft, where you tilt and then just down B. Depends how much they've done that by. I imagine it's made it harder, but not like ridiculously difficult to do. Diddy Kong down special, another nerf. He's had this nerf once already, so clearly they think this move is still pretty good, but increase the amount of time until you can throw another banana peel after throwing one. So that means that's how long it takes before you how many basically cooldown frames it is before you can pull another banana out after you've used one. So don't know how much that will. I honestly don't know how much that will affect things, but they obviously find. I know there was some infinites with the banana, which are probably completely gone now. So King DDD, side special. Reduced vulnerability means you can act out of it faster. Increase the chance that Gordo, which is the spiky ball, will get stuck on the wall, which is cool. Increase the speed you can hit back Gordos that were reflected by the opponent. So that means that's how long it takes. So if I whack a Gordo at somebody, and then they're playing Fox, and then they reflect it, it then means that I can push the button again, and he brings the hammer out and whacks it back. So it means you can do that quicker. So the move comes out a bit faster, which is probably really good for DDD. It means you can kind of have a little back and forth whacking this projectile between players. That sounds kind of fun. Rob Villager got the vulnerability thing. Little Mac got one little buff, which is up smash attack, increase the amount of time hit detection lasts. That means how long it stays out for, so it's probably just easier to connect with up smash. I don't think that's really going to make Little Mac any better or any worse, so I mean, it makes him slightly better, I guess, but sword fighter vulnerability. Me Gunner, side smash attack, increase the attack range, means it hits further away from you. I'm trying to think what his side smash is. Is it the gun? He fires multiple times, so maybe the gun fires further. I think it's the gun where he charges up and fires like a few shots out. I think it's that one. Palutena, she's got a couple of nerfs apparently, so let's have a look. Dash attack, increased vulnerability, so that means it takes longer to act out of the move after using the move. Forward air attack, increase the vulnerability when landing, similar to 06 Samus. Then when you use it and you land on the ground, it takes a little bit longer to act out of it. And then grab attack, decrease the grab range of normal grab, which I assume means that it's slightly, you have to be slightly closer to the opponent to grab them. You can't. There's probably a distance between where you can stand and grab them. It's probably slightly closer now. Shulk as well, match vulnerability. Joker, side special, increase the vulnerability of Eha. I think Ehad. I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's the one where he clicks his fingers and like the projectile comes out. So they're saying that after you, when you use it, you take longer to act out of it. And then down special, increase the vulnerability when arson is present and counter is not triggered. Oh, so when you go to counter, but they don't trigger it, so you're easier. You basically what they're saying is if you do down B, which is a counter with arson, and the opponent doesn't hit you, you take longer to act out of that animation, so that they have a chance to grab you and things like that out of it. Hero Banjo vulnerability. All right, Byleth, who got quite a few buffs here, I believe. Down smash attack, extended launch distance. Down smash is already really good, and this basically means you can kill earlier with down smash. That's crazy. Down air attack, extended launch distance, so you can kill it earlier with that. Does a lot more damage, or I say a lot more. It does more damage. Increased power against shields, so it has increasing the power against shields means that it has an easier chance of breaking a shield. Which, knowing that move, that's probably pretty crazy. Probably takes like a couple hits on a shield, one of those to break one. Side special. Increase the opponent's downtime when shielding from the tip. Reduced vulnerability when using the move in the air. So increase the opponent's downtime when shielding from the tip. I think that means when you stab with the... because he does the rush, like with the lance, he like rushes forward. I think when you hit with the tip, it means it takes them a little bit longer before they can unshield out of it. Not sure on that one. But reducing the vulnerability when using the move in the air means you can act out of it quicker after you've done it. Up special, extended launch distance when stepping on an opponent with high cumulative damage. That basically means when you latch on with the sword and you whacks them straight down, they're going to go faster down. So they're going to fly further down much quicker, and increased attack speed, which means it comes out faster. So you got to be careful. That will probably trip up people, because that means that's going to come out quicker and it's going to send you down much faster. And then vulnerability. Min Min got a couple of nerfs apparently. Air dodge matched vulnerability with other fighters when performing an air dodge, which meant that her air dodge didn't match up with too many frames or not enough frames of lag, basically. So they've made it the same. Side smash attack. Shorten the amount of time you can charge a smash attack. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that used. I could be wrong. But basically that means they're reducing it so that you can't just charge it for as long as possible. Which, to be honest, I like Min Min. I haven't played Min Min a huge amount, so I don't know how much that will affect the character. But I guess it means that you have to be much more precise with your smash attacks. And then side smash attack. Reduce the launch distance for the dragon's lasers while using the dragon arm. Which I guess that means... reduce the launch distance. Alright, so you don't get knocked as far back with the lasers. Okay, cool. Steve and Alex, down smash attack, increased attack range. Down smash is already good, so I assume this is even better. And then Sephiroth down special, made it easy to hit multiple times. So yeah, basically when you down special, I've forgotten what the move's called. It's like a counter, but then it fires out like an attack. So basically what that's saying is that you'll connect with more of the shots. That's it. Not a huge amount, but Byleth getting some buffs there. We see Pichu and Byleth, and probably Captain Falcon and Ganondorf getting the biggest buffs out of this. This is cool. I like it when they're looking, like with Pichu for example, you're not changing like damage numbers, you're just changing the amount of damage he takes, so you're making him, you're not changing him up and having to like relearn timings or whatever, you're just basically giving him, oh yeah, he doesn't do quite as much damage to himself, so he's a bit more viable and things like that. And with Byleth, what you're doing here is just kind of making certain particular moves just either hit a bit harder to make them a bit more scary. As you can see, like up special and down air attack and stuff, like those moves have high knock distance anyway. Like up special, when you're on high percentage, it's quite scary. So Min Min getting some nerfs as well as Joker and Wario and Palutena. So we're seeing some nice tweaks here. I'm kind of curious to see how some of this stuff plays out. Captain Falcon Ganondorf, I'm really curious to see what that looks like now. So yeah, there you go. Like not a huge amount of patch notes this time round, but I feel like they're getting the game in a good spot. I'm sure people will complain about other characters and other fighters, but yeah, cool. I'm happy with this. This is good, especially for Pichu, who's a character that I play. I'm really looking forward to going to playing that and not having to worry about my percentage be completely crazy. Don't think it's going to make me any better with Pichu, but I can be a little bit less defensive. But yeah, that'll do it for me today, guys. If you like the video, obviously hit like. If you want to see more content like this, and I do want to get back to making Smash content at some point, hit subscribe. Links for Facebook and Twitter will be down in the description below. And until next video, I'll see you then.